everyone, I'm Ahana and welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about all things related to stationery, planners, productivity, organization and in general trying to live your best life. And if that interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Today we are going to be talking about journaling. So I think 2 weeks back I made a video about types of journaling and how you can get started. But today I want to share with you what I have learned about actually keeping a journaling practice and how to be consistent and how to actually get results from journaling. So I actually found out more about journaling from this YouTuber called Clark Kegley. And he had this very interesting concept where he basically said from birth to 90 years old, you have 32,850 days to live. And you have to ensure that each of the days that you are living, you are actually living to your fullest potential. And right now, I'm going to be 27 soon. So up until now, we have already lived 1/3 of our lives, right? So now that we're aware, now that we are actually trying to do something about it, we have some 23,000, 24,000 odd days left. And he actually incorporated this idea from a speech that Steve Jobs once gave. And he said that if I were to die today, would I still be doing what I'm about to do? And if the answer is no, too many days in a row, then you knew that something had to change. And I think that's a very nice way of actually doing what you really want to do with your time instead of, trying to do things that pleases other people. So that's where I got the idea from, and that's where I actually learned more about consistent journaling from. I definitely suggest that you check out his channel, and in today's video I will just share with you what I have learned about keeping a journaling practice. First of all, why do you want to journal? That you have to be clear about that. For me, it was to understand why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And oftentimes when I just start journaling about an incident, suppose something made me angry, and I keep journaling about that incident, and then I finally start to peel back the layers and understand that what in particular about that incident was what made me angry, and why did I react the way I did, and was the person in front of me actually meaning to say what they did, or was it just my interpretation of what they're actually saying that got me mad? And that really helped me understand and react in a better way to my family, my friends, and everyone around me. And so I felt that clarity of thought was something that I really needed. It's like Google Maps for your life, basically. So you can orient yourself to the right direction every single day. If you consistently do these daily reflections where you have a gratitude practice where you list out 3 things you did well today and 3 things that you could have done better, you're constantly asking yourself how you can make yourself better, how you can make yourself better. So obviously that will orient your mind to think every single day in that the X things will bring you closer to your goals and Y things will not. And if every single day you're going to write down that I should have done X better, and if that thing is the same, then you know that this is a flaw in your habits and you should change it, right? So I feel journaling is a really nice way to align yourself to your goals, and you have to find out a very strong why of why you would want to sit down every single day and do journaling. But I'm pretty sure out of the things that I've mentioned, something or the other would have clicked, and that's why you are watching this video. So yeah, so that's for your why. Now, how would you keep a consistent journaling practice? One thing that really helped me is that to set an alarm. For everything that I want to do and for every habit that I want to build, I always set an alarm first, because I need that trigger to remind me to do something. If it's a new thing, right? And it has to be stacked on top of an existing habit. So every morning I made this habit to drink a glass of water as soon as I wake up, and then I do my exercise. So between my workout and my drinking water is where I have put in my journaling practice. Now this is because now I have stacked this habit in between two things that I was already doing for a very long time. So now that thing has become a routine, right? So you can also try putting an alarm and stack it in between habits so that you remember to do it and it consciously becomes a routine. We journal for clarity, and you can't do it in a cluttered space. So first thing is your environment. You need to clear up a place in your room where you can journal at peace and nobody will interfere. And maybe I'm sure you would like the privacy that nobody will see your notebook and nobody will judge you for it. So it's just a place where you can sit down quietly, be with your thoughts and put it down on paper so that you can actually get the peace and calm and clarity that you're looking from this practice. What I like to do is I have cleared one area of my table, and there only my journal stays, and I have a pen, and I just sit down quietly. I open my windows and I let the natural light come in, and that's when I journal in the morning. So I don't like any distractions. I don't use my phone at the time. I don't play any music because I just want complete quiet and just natural sounds around me. So maybe you can figure out something that works for you and actually establish an environment around your journaling practice. For anyone who knows me, you know that I'm a sucker for great stationery, and I strongly believe that getting a good notebook which is pretty and you actually want to open it and you want to come back to it will really help your journaling practice. I mean, if it looks like a normal, like a math notebook or a chemistry notebook that you had in school, you're not going to want to write in it every day, right? It has to be something that is inspiring. It has to be something that makes you feel like writing in it. I'll show you what mine looks like. It's this really pretty gold embossed black notebook, and I mean, look at it, it's beautiful. Of course I want to come back and write in it every day. So yeah, I mean, you should definitely get a pretty notebook, and it does not have to be expensive. Like, there are so many amazing stationery brands and they're doing such a great job, and they have really pretty beautiful notebooks, and they're very affordable. So that's my third tip. You should definitely get a pretty notebook. For any new habit that you are trying to start, the key is to start small. And that's how, when I started my journaling practice for the first time, I would definitely first put an alarm that at 7 o'clock, say, I have to sit down and journal. But I would also put a timer for, like, say, 10 minutes. And you know, I mean, when you start writing, it's kind of easy and you feel like, okay, I can write for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. But it's better to stop before you are fully done, so that you still want to come back and there is more to do the next day. Because if you say set a timer for 30 minutes and you don't have to write for 30 minutes, then you're going to feel defeated on your first day, like, I did not even have that much to write, and should I continue this, should I do it? There's just too many questions that prop up. So my advice is that you take 10 minutes, you put a 10-minute timer, and that's it. Just scribble whatever comes to your mind for 10 minutes, and then you're done for the day. And then you come back again the next day, and that's the key to building up a habit. You know, when you are a kid and your idea of a journal or a diary is just like writing, dear diary, and this is what happened to me, and so many people are mean to me, and you know, I hate X or I hate Y, and oh my god, that particular book is amazing, or this person did not play with me, etc, etc, and you just write an entire account of your day. And a lot of people to date think that that's what journaling is about. It can be if that's what you want, but that's not the purpose for it, right? You do not have to write everything. Now, if you try to sit down every morning or every night and try to just write down your entire day, it's going to get very boring, and you are not going to want to, like, keep up with that practice. So you don't need to write down everything, but there are, again, no rules, because it's your journal. Nobody's going to read it. Like, write down what is on your mind, what you want to get out on paper, what you would feel better if it was out of your mind and into your notebook. So there's no space for judgment here, and don't try to write down everything. The next point is kind of in connection to the previous one. It doesn't have to be insightful. It's not like I don't know, you're not Da Vinci. No, people are not going to buy your notebook pages for millions of dollars. I mean, they might. It's good to dream, but this is really just so that you can be calm and you can be peaceful and you can be, you know, relaxed, and you can process your emotions better. This really is not going to serve any purpose for anyone else. It's just for you, and that's why I say that journaling is an act of self-care. So don't try to, you know, think that, oh, what I wrote today is absolute crap and I just wrote about eating this chocolate chip cookie, for example. It doesn't have to be insightful. It's not the diary of Anne Frank. I mean, no, it's not a historical record. It's not a memoir. It's just for you. So just, like, take it easy, remove all the pressure on yourself, and just write down what is occupying your mind. Just put it on paper and you'll feel so much better. There are a few things that you can try as you get started with this practice. So the first thing is you can try this journal called 1 line a day journal, and it's basically has like just 1 line space, and it's a journal that you can keep for 5 years. And it's very interesting because sometimes there's a prompt at the top of it, sometimes there's not, and you just write one line for the day, and it's a very easy practice to get started with. It has no pressure. You don't have to write 2-3 lines, 2-3 pages, nothing. You just write 1 line. line about that particular day, and that's it. And I think it's a very nice way to just get inducted into the world of journaling. Next, what you can do is you can get a bunch of prompts from Pinterest. Now Pinterest has really insightful prompts, and it really questions how you're thinking, why you're thinking that particular thing, and it helps you get in touch with yourself. So I feel like some Pinterest prompts might be a good place to get started. And what I would do is that I would just search for a bunch of prompts one day, save them all to my phone, and then when I have more time to journal, like maybe I have an hour or something, and then I would just take down a few of those prompts in my notebook and journal at length about what they made me think and feel. So you can try that. My number one tip actually is that you should get a smaller notebook. If you just start with an A4 notebook, it's going to be a lot of blank page, and it's very intimidating when you are not in the practice of writing or painting or whatever, filling up blank pages. It's very intimidating to look at that much blank space and think that you have to fill all of this in so much time, etc. And that's an unnecessary pressure, and you don't need it. So just like I have a small A5 notebook as my journal, and you can definitely get this, or you can get like a pocket notebook which is half of this size also. And just the idea is to just get started. You can obviously shift to a bigger notebook whenever you need to, but it's best that you start small, and that's the key to keeping up a good practice. My final tip is to try art journaling, and this is something that I mentioned in my video from 2 weeks back as well. Art journaling is so useful because it does not limit you to a particular prompt, to a goal, to a particular shape or form or object that you're trying to draw. It just a free flowing of your creativity on page. You can use any materials, you can use any colors, and I feel like that is a nice way. If maybe you don't feel like you have a lot to write, but if you want to express in a different way, I think art journaling is a really nice and interesting thing to try. I hope it really helps you like the way it helped me, and please let me know in the comments below what kind of videos would you like to see from me. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up so I know that this is the kind of material that you would like to see on my channel, and I'll definitely make more of these kinds. Okay, so stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.